In this video, you're going to see how you can open a background map, WMS from Kortforsyningen, add a vector layer, duplicate the layer, categorize the two layers, create a print composer, and print as PDF. I start by opening Kortforsyningen, the menu point, choosing baggrundskort, skærmkort dæmpet. The map is loaded, and in the lower right corner you can see that I'm using the EPGS 25832 OTF, which means on-the-fly reprojection. This is important because we are now going to add an extra layer, a vector layer, created in the longitude latitude, which is called 3326. In the layer panel, I'm turning off here the legend, and I'm clicking at add vector layer. The encoding is important if I have data in an attribute table which is made in Danish language. I'm going to use Latin 1. But this data set here is not made in Danish letters, so I can simply keep the UTF-8. I click Browse and I choose my folder. Normally I keep my data very simple on C. I've made a folder called QGIS and the new folder with my data here. I only see one file here. That's because my filter here has been chosen for Esri shapefile. If I choose all files, I will see 5 files in here. So I keep it simple again and choose the Esri shapefiles. I click at the municipality, click open, and click open again. In the layer panel you now see the two layers, the municipality layers, which is a vector with points, and the WMS layer. In the map window I see one dot, and to zoom in to exactly this spot here, I can choose this button here, say zoom to layer. Now you see all the points. Now I want to see the attribute table which is attached to this layer here. I can right click and choose open attribute table, or I can find the same button here. Is this panel open attribute layer, open attribute table, sorry. In this attribute table I can see there are 39 features. I can see each field with the data. Type here is light pole, bench, bin, tree, etc. And I can sort it by clicking here. Now you can see bench, bin, light pole, etc. The next one is condition, photo, username, etc. If I want to make changes for these data set here, I turn on the pencil and I can now change this bin. If I want to change this bin, I can zoom. I think I take another one. I take this tree here, and you can see it's up here, and I can zoom to select it, and you can now see the data. If I want to change this value here for the condition, I turn on the pencil first, I double click in the field, and I want to change it to the value 2. After doing that, I'm going to save the data, so I save the edit, click here, turn off the selection, and closing the attribute table. I'm going to duplicate the layer because I have to categorize with 2 different columns. So I right click on the layer and find the duplicate. So now I have 2 layers. They have the same name and I'm going to rename them. So I simply right click again and say rename, type the name type. The second one is going to be right clicked, rename, and call it condition. It is not the layer name, which has been changed because there are actually only one layer here, but it's the name viewed here in the layer panel. I take and categorize the first one, which is type. Again, I go to the attribute table and look what is called type. This is called type. And this is the light pole that's been in the tree. I double click on the layer type. I go to this tab called style and I choose the single symbol and then choose categorized. The column is going to be type and I'm going to classify bench, bin, light pole and tree, and then there's an empty one. And I press OK. If I want to see how many there are of the different, I right click and say show feature count. Now I can see how many there's of each one here. Now I tick off this type and go back to the next one, condition, double click, single symbol, categorized. I choose now the condition, and to see for a difference I click on the change symbol and I'm going to take a triangle. Now I'm going to classify and I get the tree values here. I'm going to change the color because the value 1 is a good one, so that will be green. Double click, choose the color green. The second one is going to be yellow. And the third one is going to be red. And press OK. Again, I would like to see how many, so I right click and show feature count. Again, I want to see all the features, so I click show or zoom to layer. Does not make sense if I choose both to show the condition and the type at the same time. You can see I will have both a triangle and a dot. On the paper we are going to show two, but in two different maps. So I take off the type one, go for project and choose new print composer. I'm going to write the title of the print composer here. It will be A3 portrait. That's just a name. Now I get a new program. It's not a new program, but it's an additional. If you go here, you can see I have QGIS and I have this print composer. Up in the right corner, I have three tabs here: composition, item properties, and atlas. You might have two more, but I'm just going to use those three here. The composition is going to be the page size, and I'm going to choose the A3. And I'm going to use the portrait. And no, I'm not going to use the portrait. Sorry, it should have been the landscape. So I simply close this print composer and go back onto the project and create a new print composer again. I call this A3 landscape. Sorry. Again, I'm going to take the page size, which is going to be A3, and the landscape. Now I can't see the entire paper, so I'm going to choose zoom full. Up here you can see there's a new page, there's a print, zoom in, and over here you have all the items which you can put onto the paper. This one here is called Add New Map. I click and I drag a frame like this. The map will be shown in here. Now I want to zoom in a little bit so the scale will be different. And secondly, I want to move the items. So I choose item properties, and now you can see it says map 0. It has a scale 2486, very strange scale. So I will change this one to 1500 and click into the next. Now it's been zoomed in a bit, but I can't see all the features. So I take move item content and drag the map up here. If I click outside of the map, nothing happens. And that's because I've chosen this icon. I want to have the select and move item. Now if I click outside, you can see the item is not selected. I click back again because I want to add a frame. So I go to the map 0 and search for frame. I find this here. Click. I don't want to choose the thickness or the color. I click now and you can see there's a frame. Now I want to copy the exact size of this frame and this exact scale and the exact minimum bound rectangle. So I simply click Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. And now you see I have two exact like frames. Now I drag this up here and you can see this red line which shows me that I have a line at the top. I take the first map again. Now I want to add a legend. So I take the Add New Legend and click here. The legend here, now it's changed the item properties which goes for map number 1. I want it to be for map 0. And there's no change at all here. I'm going to click at Auto Update. I'm going to delete the type minus. I'm going to delete scam code minus. And I'm going to delete the last one here because there are no blue triangles. But instead of deleting this one here, I can choose this filter, which simply filters so I only get the legend from the item which is viewed in the map here. So if I click on the filter, you can see the blue triangle disappears. The legend name is going to be changed. So I write here condition. You can see now it says condition 2 times. I don't want to have this condition named here, so I right click and choose hidden. So now it's only say condition 1 time and shows me the 3 triangles. I want to change so the condition is not going green, yellow and red like this. I want to change it so I put it into more columns. I click column, split layers and click 2 times. Now I have the legend which is horizontal. I don't want to show how many items there is on each of these, so I have to go back and right click, turn on off the show feature count, and I'm going back again here and choose refresh view. Nothing happens. That's a pity. So I have to go back here to auto update and start all over again, deleting the scam code. And right click on the hidden again, and now you see the condition. I go back clicking into this map 0, and now I want to lock the layer. That's important for the next step. I go back to the program, turn off the condition and turn on the type. Go back again to the print composer and choose refresh view. Now you see the dots, and I want to click on this map and lock the layers here. Again, I go and add a new legend. Now this legend is for map 1. I choose auto update off, delete the condition, delete the scam code, and right click to be hidden. In the title, I'm going to write type, and again I'm going to choose the columns, split the layers so I can choose the colors here. Oh, I forgot again I don't want to have the number, so I'm going to go back again, right click, turn off feature count, going back. So before you start choosing to create your print composer, set up your legend in the program first. Again, I take auto update, I delete the condition, delete scam code, the filter on, and right click so the type will be hidden. Now I want to align those 2 legends, so I take the one here and drag it a little bit up and left. So you can see now it is aligned with both the type legend and the map 0. I do the same for the type here, and now you can see they are both aligned. I want to create a scale bar. I click here. I could choose here in the scale bar properties to have map 0 or map 1, but they are the same, so it does not matter. I take map 0 because it's underneath the map 0. The style go from a single box to a line thick up. I take the 2 segments there, 2 segments here, which says 25, 0, 25, and I simply want to delete that one. So I now have from 0 to 100 meter. I try again to align this one here. So now I have my scale bar. I want to write my name. underneath of all this, take the add new label. I'm going to drag this here, and now you see the label main properties says QGIS, and now I want to make this here says I write my name, I write the month and year, and I write which data. Here's kortforsyning dæmpet skærmkort. And I want to change the font size, so it's going to be just in size 9. You can see what it looks like here. And I want to align that one too. And zoom full again. I can add a lot of other items here, but this is for now. Now I want to print this to PDF. I can choose export as PDF here, or I have added a printer which is called PDF Creator, and I simply print the map, and you can now see my map looks like this. Very simple. If you want to know more about this, you can go to qgis.org. You can go to the documentation. You can go to find the QGIS user guide. And here you can search whatever topic you would like to know more about. If I wanted to know more about print composers, simply search. And I want to find overview over the print composer, and you can find out more here.